We're just trying to do things right. That's it. There's a reason why the process, that acronym, has showed up in our world. It's got nothing to do with me. All I said on day one was, I want our guys physically what? Strong. I want our guys what? Physically. I want our guys what? Physically strong. And I want our guys what? Mentally tough. Mentally tough. And I want our guys what? Great teammates. Great teammates. I want our guys great teammates. We want to serve the guy next. The appreciation that I have and we learned from Todd Ganus was real simple. He didn't care. He wasn't here to change the program with one thing that he did. He just was here to be himself. Every single day he rolled in, he was just himself. And himself was so good that it led to a change in our program.
Good morning. Good morning. Oh, come on, better than that. Good morning. Good morning. There we go, now we're talking. Culture. Cliche? Yes or no?
No.
Seriously, what do you guys think? Cliche?
No.
Some of you guys probably think yes, right? We're going to break down a lot of different things today, but the number one term that was thrown around when I was here talking about culture was eyewash, right? And the key for today is going to be this. How can you continue to build a culture without thinking it's just eyewash? And I want to teach you guys how to do that. First of all, we're going to talk about the definition of culture. We're going to break it down a little bit. Then we're going to get into my story, kind of like Wad said, what happened when I was here, that resistance. And the majority of the day will be how we flip the culture. So taking that entitled group that was here before, and how did we actually change them? And what did that look like? Let's talk about culture. I want to hear from you guys. I want this to be a conversation. I don't want it to be a lecture, me talking at you and just taking notes, zoning out. I want this to be engaging, and me and you, right? So when we think about culture, what's your definition of culture? Give me some ideas. What do you guys got? Yeah.
Like understanding people's whys.
Love it. Yeah. Understanding why you're here. What else we got?
Collective mindset.
Collective mindset. Absolutely. What else?
Knowing how guys respond to certain things, whether it's failures or stuff.
Love it. How we respond as a group, right? What else? Yeah.
All in on everything everybody's doing.
Bingo. That's my biggest one. I'd make it even simpler than that, though. I think it's how you show up. I don't think culture is a slogan on the wall. I don't think culture is the letters of process. It's simply how you show up every day. It's how you live every single moment. Every single moment is a chance for you to either add or subtract to the process. That's our culture, right? And so everyone plays a role. It's not one guy. Don't you want to create moments like that? You know how special that was for me, man? I didn't even get a chance to play. 69 at-bats here. I can get emotional about it, man. Every time I'm having a bad day, I turn this on. Text Gavin, text Tanner. I'm like, yo, thank you so much for this moment. This is a huge, huge moment in my life. So, never undervalue what you do for a teammate, man. Right? You think these guys were thinking about their previous at-bats in this moment? No. They were, what is Todd Ganus going to do right now? Man, he's working his ass off for this moment. Let me get in there, let me root this guy on right now. So, my story. This informs a lot of who I am. You'll understand me a little bit better when you hear this, okay? When I was a young kid, I was diagnosed with a life-threatening blood disease. No prognosis to live. Doctors told that straight to my family. Said, hey, we got to put him on the 4th floor of Children's Hospital in Los Angeles. It's where everyone's expected to pass away. We've got a ton of people in here, and we're going to do everything we can, but man, it's not looking good. I lived in the hospital permanently for 2 years. 2 years after that, in and out constantly. My childhood looked different, right? Moral of the story, I've come out of that 100% healthy. Doctors still to this day don't know how I survived. They called me a walking miracle. Now, coming out of that, how do you think my mindset was? What do you think that looked like? Because it was a flip, man, for me and my entire family. Every day was just a blessing to wake up, man. Simple as that. People say that. They're like, you know, what do you mean by that? That's what I mean. Senior in high school, I had nothing. Came up to a camp because I was a dreamer. I said, I want to play here. Gave me an opportunity to walk on. Was quickly humbled. There were 50 guys on the roster. It was during COVID, so they weren't doing cuts at the time. I got lucky. Waz said to me, straight up, we were on the concourse because it was COVID, all outside, masks on, the whole deal. He said, Tyler, man, listen, you're weak in every aspect of the game. And if it wasn't COVID, you would have been cut. Woo! Damn, right? He's like, listen, I can help you transfer. No problem. Or you can try to earn it. It's up to you. Called my parents, broke down. I don't know what to do, man. I don't know what to do. And it dawned on me that night. I said, you know what? I'm just going to bet on myself. And that's what I did. 4,000 calories a day, 2-a-days, changed my mindset, said I'm betting on me. And I'm not going to do it to prove him. I'm going to do it to prove myself. Gained 20 pounds, 171 to 191, from September to January, my freshman year. Became Spark Plug. Never looked back. If he can do it, you can do this thing, no matter where you're at. What do you think is the reason why I told you these stories? Talk to me. What we got? Yeah,
Different perspective.
absolutely. Different perspective. What else?
Your why.
Your why. We said, right? What else we got? Yeah.
Don't want us to fall into old habits.
Yeah, absolutely. You're gonna see that's a pattern. Old habits of this program, entitlement, here for the stuff, right? We don't want to slip back into that. What else?
Be resilient.
Be resilient. Bam. Love that. Yes. So let's get into the meat and potatoes of this thing. How do we actually flip this thing? Imagine if you're trying to break down your swing and get better and be yourself every day and these guys are laughing at you. Like, dude, are you kidding? What do you think I wanted to do in that moment? What would you do if you were me? I wasn't a guy for physical altercation, so I let it slide, just kept being me. Now, what's funny about this is they really thought I was uncool. They thought I was a joke. They thought all these things. They thought I was trying to get attention. I was like, what are you saying? I'm being myself, man. As the year went on, something funny happened. I showed up every day, same person. They were like, man, this guy might be for real. Not only did they learn to respect me, but they actually bought into what we were all about. Well, I was asking me this. When do you think it showed up? When did they really flip? I was like, well, there's a couple moments, but the one that stands out to me happened in a game. No one was trying to hit a home run in this spot. We won on Friday. We won on Saturday against Oregon State. First time to win a series in a couple years against them. We had a chance to sweep them for the first time in over 10 years. This is the 8th inning here. We're losing 4-2. We're going to watch the recap of the game. I want you to think about how did we actually win this game. I want you to see how we passed the torch. How no one cared about what it looked like. It didn't matter if it was a stupid infield single that he beats out or hit by pitch. But this is how we won this game, and it's set.
And then later on, Sam Nowitzki forced home a run. And then on an 0-2 pitch, Tyler Ganus, a freshman, against Jake Mulholland, just his 3rd career plate appearance, he forces home a run. That was on 0-2. The game was tied. Into the bottom half of the 11th inning, Christian Hanoyan, the 2-out, bunt single off Mulholland, bang bang play, winning run. Oregon wins it 5-4. They are now tied for first in the Pac-12 with Stanford. The Ducks have won 8 of their last 9 games.
How do you think we won that game? I'll get into what that means in a second, but yeah, what do you think?
Personally, I was at that game, and I noticed in the dugout that everyone was like going for each other. It wasn't no like one guy was up the bat, the dugout was like mediocre. It was every time someone was up the bat, everyone was on the bat.
All in, every guy. I love it, yeah.
Didn't care what it looked like. Maybe it was one hit that was actually real, but everyone sort of excited over everything.
Yeah, won the game on air. Crazy.
Yeah, piggybacking on that, like just passing the baton, kind of just not caring what it looked like. Just really about pitches.
Love it, yeah.
I would have to say believe we got behind him.
Love it. That's powerful. We'll get into that in a little bit, yeah.
Not caring what it looked like.
Big one. Right? Not caring what your role is. Your role's going to change throughout your time here. But the key is really just having the same energy every single time you're out here. It doesn't matter what your role is. It doesn't matter if I was dugout captain or if I was starting right field because Tony Hall missed breakfast at Oregon State. Right? It didn't matter what role I had. I just want to show up the same way. Because that builds trust with each other. That builds belief with the guy next to me. Right? Staff ends up making a shirt of my silhouette, which is one of the coolest accomplishments of my life. We got this as a regional gift. We ended up hosting a regional that year. That's me walking first base or jumping up and down or frolicking, whatever you want to call it, right? It was a representation of what we wanted this program to be, compete. That's why it's the core of our program, the middle process. And I get emotional talking about that, man, because that's better than any stat I've ever accomplished. Better than my Northwoods batting title, better than this and that. That is going framed in my home one day. Like, beautiful, walk right in, you see it. Because that's what this thing's about, man. It's your impact on people. To wrap the part up about, hey, how did these guys actually end up respecting me, right, and flipping that culture? These are 2 guys that were in that entitled group. You got Hunter and you got Brett. Brett was a weekend starter for us on Sunday. Flamethrower out of the pen, man. Hunter, 95 plus, big strong dude. He's with the A's now. Hunter was a guy that didn't want to work very much. Kind of lackadaisical, just kicking back in the bullpen. I got him hitting some fungos every day. We made a game out of it. Made it really, really fun for him to show up every day, even on the days he wasn't pitching. He said, all right, Ganus, let's go. Me and you, I'm competing against you. I'm beating you right here. He said, after getting to know you, I have so much respect for you. Show me how to keep the game fun. Last thing that we said before we headed out for pro camp. Brett Walker, funny story about him. I went 4 for 4 off him in the scrimmage. I showed emotion, right? Yeah. absolutely pissed every time I got a hit off of him. Because I was the worst guy in the program, and I was showing emotion. It was like, you gotta be kidding me, who's this Ganus kid? So much that our pitching coach at the time had to come out and calm him down in the middle of the scrimmage because he was throwing a fit because I got a hit off. That's the type of person, right? End of the year, I couldn't stand you in the beginning. But then I realized you were just being you. I love and respect you, dude. Talk about a 180, right? So, if you're ever judging yourself in here, odds are you just don't know the story, man. You don't know enough about them. Get to know them. Ask some questions, right? We would talk trash every day, right, guys? I just talk trash and whatnot. One day it went a little far. I didn't really care, but went a little bit far. Some of the guys were saying some stuff to me. This is the text he sends me after practice. Hey, TG, just wanted to say for how much shit people like to mess around with you, how strong you are and stick to yourself. I certainly wouldn't be able to do that. It's incredibly impressive to me. I love you, brother, and I'm here if you need anything. Can you believe that's the same guy in the video? All right? Pretty cool. This was a year we brought Brian Kane in. This is a mental performance coach, one of the best in the world. Came in and we established a process. We all got together and said, hey, what do we want this to look like? And it was very player driven, not coach driven at all. It was really, hey, what do we want this thing to look like? Like, okay, we're not entitled, we're not spoiled. Like, what are we actually going to be about? And so that's how we came up with each of these phrases. The way you do anything is the way you do everything. So quote Martyr turned me on to one of his favorites, one of my favorites, and that really, I think, sums up the whole thing. It's like, once you establish these things, right, just go all in on it, man. Like, this is what we're going to be about. All right, great. Like, do that and everything. There's no shortcuts. You just do things right. It's really simpler than I think a lot of people make it. Just do things right. No shortcuts. Sailing ship, it wasn't just overnight you change it. This was something we worked on every single day. It's not something you build and it's done. This is something you work on every single day. What's so cool about every year's team is the culture continues to build. So I'm not saying, hey, you got to be all about process and only that what we were all about in 2023. What's really cool is, hey, we're gonna follow these guidelines, but hey, let's make it our own this year. That's what we're gonna touch on a little bit today, but really get into tomorrow. How do you guys actually make this thing your own? We're gonna start with this press conference, okay? A couple quick tidbits, and we're gonna go through the resilience of this group. Someone said it earlier. Big part of our program is resilience. It's grit. It's not always gonna be pretty. Not always gonna be up 15-0. Sometimes you're gonna be down 8-0 and still need to find a way. Get off the score, right? It's the day-to-day, it's the moment-to-moment, right? Whether it's pitch by pitch in a game or your day-to-day life, you always have an opportunity to be able to add to this culture. And that's really my main message of the day. So we're gonna wrap up here soon. I wanna give the floor to you guys though. What questions do you guys have for me about what this process is like? I know we hit on a lot. What stuff comes up for you guys?
What was the hardest part about stemming yourself?
Great question. The hardest part was hoping that they would flip. And I really just had to have faith in myself. I was like, look, at some point something's gonna happen. Either he's gonna go down a bad route or he's gonna flip. It's gonna be one or the other. But I gotta control what I can control. It was Brian Kane deal for me when he came in. That was something he talked about all the time. It's like, you gotta control what you can control. I can't control Tanner Smith. I can't control how he's gonna react to me. But I can't control what's going on in my head, man. I can't control, hey, am I doing this thing the right way? Am I being authentic to myself? Yes? Okay, great. Then I'm gonna keep doing that. At that point, it's like, it doesn't really matter. It's everything that's going on up here and asking yourself, hey, am I really being true to myself? If you are, great. What you can't control is who you are on a daily basis. And when you focus on that, a lot of stuff starts to fall into place. Like, for me, I really wanted to be an everyday starter. It didn't happen as much as I would have liked it to be here, right? But I come back and I'm welcomed by all these coaches. They're telling me, hey, we want you back. I'm treated so well here. And I feel like I have a family I can come back to because of who I was. If I didn't continue to be who I was and just try to be positive and enthusiastic, all those things, I wouldn't necessarily want to come back. I wouldn't necessarily be welcomed like these guys are welcoming me back. And so play the long game, man. And so for me, that was one of the coolest moments, was like really seeing that shift of the guys didn't care. That in the past, these programs have had success. Like, we're going to go and kick their ass. It doesn't matter. So that's a big one for me. I love this program. I'll be back tomorrow a little bit to talk more hitters. We're going to talk a little bit as pitchers break off. But just thank you guys for welcoming me back here. I see this as one of my second homes, and I'm just grateful to be able to share this info with you. So thanks for